Hello, and welcome to Imperfect in an Uncertain World, resources for living with authenticity and purpose. Let's talk about navigating uncertainty in moments of enough. So you might be asking, what is this moment of enough? So I'll ask you, did you ever want to just say enough? Jump off the merry-go-round of life and hide yourself away? The uncertainty of the world can be really overwhelming, and finding a way forward out of the cobwebs, well, the cobwebs of disappointment can be just too much. So, what can we do instead of saying enough or leaping off that merry-go-round? Now, there are some people that will encourage you to count your blessings. And to a certain extent, I'm all for that. But sometimes you've got to inject a little bit of realism into what is happening. You've got to acknowledge what's not working. You've got to take time to be with the disappointment, the sorrow welling up from yourself. And really, in those breathing moments, that's where you find the balance between your suffering and your hopes and dreams. These moments of enough aren't really about reframing the situation, and I've talked about reframing and rescripting in other videos. It's not about reframing the situation that you find yourself in or the circumstances that you find yourself in. Breathing into the moment is about really feeling the cobwebs of disappointment and being aware of how they're tangled in every part of your being. So really being aware of how your suffering is tangled into every part of who you are. And that realization is scary. That breathing into the moment is the really difficult part. Now, I would say that it's undeniable that the cobwebs wrap us in fear. They just happen. So breathing into the moment, we move into objectivity. We set aside everything, the belief that everything will be all right, that whole philosophy, and truly allow ourselves to rest in the uncertainty. I'm not saying that's easy, and I'm saying it's scary sometimes to do that. So non-attached, we don't judge or defend where we find ourselves. In fact, our courage really propels us through the uncertainty, and our curiosity seeks the best way, the daring way forward. That's what taking life as it is, being in the moment, is really about. We really give up our control while acknowledging that sometimes, no matter what, our optimistic projections don't pan out. And with this realization, we have a choice. We can throw up our hands in discouragement. We can leap off the merry-go-round. We can choose to burrow deeper into our despair. Or we can choose to take life as it is. And when we choose the latter, we actively feel our suffering and gain power to create the pathway through it. That's the great thing. It's that we're giving up control over what's happening, but we're taking control over our response to what is happening. So taking life as it is really isn't about giving up. It isn't about making the best of a situation, because that's not what it is either. No, taking life as it is requires that we are realistic. We name our challenge in the moment. We discover what lessons we need to learn. And we commit to living those answers no matter how difficult it is. We live those answers with self-compassion. So I would say, if you're like me, you do have moments of wanting to shout enough, trying to figure out how the best way to leap off that merry-go-round is. And maybe you've tried to search for a hideaway just to have some respite because of how you're feeling. But in the end, we cannot run from life. That is inexplicable. That is something that we have to turn and face life, because eventually life catches up to us no matter how fast we run. What we can do is stop, turn around, and confront those uncertainties that overwhelm us and scare us in the moment. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out my website, www.intentandaction.com. But most importantly, don't run from those life challenges that seek to overwhelm you. Have a great day.